This chair is really wobbly. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to be looking at the Patricia Bright X Makeup Revolution collection. It includes 2 palettes and a couple face palettes. So we are going to take a look at that collection. We'll talk a little bit about it and we'll do 2 looks. One really natural look with one of the palettes and then a bright and colorful look for the other palette. Before we get started on the video, make sure to sub to this channel, give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let's get to it. Hold on to your brushes. It's makeup time. Okay, so let's get into it. We're gonna talk about the Patricia Bright X Makeup Revolution collection, capsule collection. It's Patricia's first kind of foray into makeup and being a makeup maker, as she says. Patricia Bright is just like the most adorable YouTuber ever.
You're cute too.
I'm sorry. She is just infectious. You watch her and you just smile the entire time because her accent is adorable. She is just so funny, so down to earth. I really enjoy watching her videos. So I was really super excited to see that she was coming out with this capsule collection through Makeup Revolution. And then Makeup Revolution reached out to me and said, hey, do you want this collection? Do you want to see all of this stuff? And I was like, yeah, babe! Hell yes, I do. And so they sent it over. I just got it today and we're gonna take a look at it. Okay, so they sent over the PR package, which is like super adorable here. It has a little quote by Patricia on the back and then on the inside too. And if you open it up, I kind of already opened some of it up because I wanted to see what it was. But you see here, you got all these face palettes. These are the boxes that the face palettes came in and I opened up already to take a look at.
How dare you?
These are the face palettes, 4 face palettes. And then of course you've got the 2 eyeshadow palettes, which are ginormous. And they're only $20. I'm like, okay, Pat, I see you. I see you, $20 palettes. It's cute. So let's go ahead and take a look. The casing is this like aluminum, what you would think your like old school lunch boxes were made out of. So the package feels very sturdy. Of course, on the inside you have a mirror, which is about the same size as the palette, which is nice. This first one is the Rich in Life palette. It also, look at this folding. So I can like talk to you guys and also stare at myself in the mirror, which is super cute to do. So in this we have our Rich in Life. This is our neutral palette with the pops of color. So this is kind of like your everyday palette. This is what you are going to do when you just want to throw on a look and go. This is a neutral palette. As you can see, it also has these pops of color. It almost reminds me a little bit of the Morphe original Jaclyn Hill palette. But it's a lot more friendly to all skin tones, and also the colors are a little more vibrant. So in particular, like these colors in this bottom row, these pops of colors they're gorgeous. So this is honestly a very beautiful palette. It's a really cool neutral palette, and look how big it is. Look how many shades. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 times 7, 28 shades, $20.
What an idiot.
Holy shit. Okay, so let's take a look at the other one. The next one is your Popping Party palette. Again, it's the same kind of material. It's kind of this aluminum thing. These are pressed pigments, so do keep that in mind when you're going through. These are also more gorgeous colors here. You've got a good mixture of mattes and shimmers. You know that I'm iffy about my shimmers. You know that I'm very particular about my mattes. So these are all super colorful. There is enough mattes to play with because I feel like if you have too many shimmers, too many glitters, then you can't really play with the palette because it's kind of useless because you can only do so much with shimmer shades. So I like that there's a lot of mattes. These 2 colors, so excited about those. But all of these colors, and you still have your neutrals in there to be transition colors, and these are transition colors that are friendly to everybody, not just one skin tone. So that also is fantastic. I also love this white shimmer shade here, gorgeous. This dark green. I'll go ahead and throw up some swatches for you so you can see both palettes side by side, so you can see the differences between the 2 palettes. So this is the first one. It's the Rich in Life eyeshadow pressed pigment palette. This is full of a lot of neutral colors you can see, and then you've got your pops of color, your shimmers on top. Obviously, this is going to be a great everyday palette. These swatched beautifully. I'm excited to play with this one. So let's move on to the next one. And here we have the Rich in Color palette. This is full of obviously a lot of really bold colors, a lot of really fun colors. A lot of them remind me of like Barbie doll colors. So they're like cool little colors that you can play around with. It's perfect for somebody who wants to experiment with color. It still has those transition shades, so you don't necessarily have to worry about not having a transition shade. So it works on its own as a palette on its own. It's a really fun palette. And $25 for all these colors is amazing. So the two palettes she has, this one's the Rich in Color is what it's called. It's your party palette. And then this one is called the Rich in Life palette. So they kind of work like your yin and your yang. Can't have one without the other. Perfect marriage. But she didn't just release these palettes, she also released some face palettes. So let's take a look at those. Okay, so these are Patricia's 4 face palettes. These are all for the different tones. So you've got one for light to medium, one for medium, and then one dark or deep to dark. All of these are bronzer, blush, and highlight. So you got your whole entire setup for your face powders in these. This is the first one here, Moonlight Glow. This is kind of the one that I'll be using just because it's the lightest one. It's going to work perfect for me. I love a peachy blush, and that is a stunning peach. So we're gonna try that out too. I will also throw up some swatches of these so you can see them all on one arm and see kind of the differences between them. This is the blush, bronzer, highlighter palette, the face palettes. You have Moonlight Glow is the first set for light. You have Summer Sunrise for light to medium. You have You Are Gold for medium to dark, and then Dusk Till Dawn, which is the darkest one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our face. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the face palettes first. This is the Moonlight Glow face palette. This is the lightest one. And I'm gonna go ahead and bronze, blush, and highlight my face because I didn't do any of that first and you're just kind of seeing, I only have foundation and contour and concealer on right now. So that's why I look a little scary. But we're gonna go ahead and fix that with this face palette here, see how it works. So first I'm gonna go into my bronzer shade and tap it off, and then I'm just going to hit this apple of my cheek area here. I like to keep my bronzer and my blush and my highlight really close together, laid kind of one right on top of the other. And the reason for that is I like to create a shape in my face with all of those things. I use my bronzer, my blush, and my highlight as more of a contour on top of my actual contour, so it gives me those square features because that's kind of what I like to see. I like to square myself off and then kind of have those feminine eyes. That's kind of like the intersectionality of masculine and feminine. I really enjoy that. So that's what I want to do. I kind of create my face as square as possible, give myself a jawline. So I'm just going ahead and putting on this bronzer. My go-to bronzer right now is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's kind of the perfect color for me, but this is a stunning color. It's not too dark for me, and it's also going to work great to just warm up the face a little bit, give me a little more dimension. And of course, when you're bronzing, don't forget your neck, because you don't want to be all really light in your neck area and then really dark on your face. Now I'm going to go into my blush, and the brushes I'm using for these are M405 brushes. You can use a thinner brush if you are trying to create a really sculpted look, but I'm just kind of quickly going through, not creating too much of a sculpted look here. Just trying to get it placed in the general area. If I was going for something a little more sculpted, a little more contoured, then I do have a Marc Jacobs thinner blush brush that I use. That's kind of a thinner, denser brush. But for these everyday things, I just use these M405 brushes. And again, I do the same thing. I try to keep it all really light on the top of my cheekbone. And I don't come down into this area here because I don't want to drag my entire face down. I want all of this area to be really light, and it really brightens up that area and brings that front space forward, and then the rest kind of sitting back, and it just gives me more of that squaredness that I'm looking for. I think kind of one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're using blush is they put it down too low and they end up going down here instead of keeping it pretty high. And it kind of just drags their whole face down, and I'm not trying to do that. I also bring my blush up all the way into my temples just to kind of bring that color. It unifies the color all the way throughout. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save highlighting for last because that's usually my last step. Let's go ahead and take a look at the eyes. We are gonna first do kind of a neutral look with just a little pop of color. Really easy, really simple, and anybody can do it, honestly. Okay, so the first shade I'm gonna go into is Workaholic. It's this pink kind of neutral brown shade here, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit that right above my crease just to kind of wash the color all the way up into my brow bone. I honestly have been tracking the FedEx tracking for this for days now, and they said it was delivered today, so I like rushed down to my concierge, and FedEx has an issue at my apartment complex. I don't know why. They've been marking packages that have been delivered, and then I'll go down to my concierge and they're like, I don't know who this package is. This package could be walking on the street. I would have no idea who this package is. Sorry to this package.
I think somebody trying to set me up. I believe that.
You know, they just don't know where it went. They don't know where it goes, and it just kind of disappears into oblivion. That's happened several times. So I made sure to run down there. I just waited by the door while the FedEx man was coming in, and I was like searching for the Makeup Revolution package, and luckily it was black and it had huge Makeup Revolution written on it. I was like, that's my package, give it to me. So I got it. Crisis averted. I was worried. So guys, I'm just kind of washing this color, blending it all up into my brow bone for this first initial color here. It's a really, really pretty pink. Okay, now I'm gonna take a smaller crease brush and I'm going to go into this No Games Played color, which is just a darker kind of plum color. I'm gonna hit that in the crease just to kind of deepen up this color here. These brushes are from CXC Beauty. They're great brushes if you're looking for good blending brushes. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into Darlings, which is a light yellowy white color, and I'm just gonna place this on my lid with my finger. And I'm then gonna go into Diamonds for Breakfast, which again is another shimmer shade. It's a little champagne-y one, and hit that in the middle. Like I said, this is a really simple eye look, something you can just throw on very quickly. Now I'm gonna go back into No Games Played and just blend all that together. Now I'm gonna hit that lower lash line with No Games Played on the outer corner, and then blending into Workaholic and smoking it out as well with Workaholic. Okay, so now comes the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and go into Risk Taker, because I am a risk taker, and take a pencil brush, and I'm just gonna hit this on the inner corner, just to kind of give it a little extra something. You obviously don't have to do this part if you don't want to. I think it just gives like a little bit of drama. You know, there's nothing wrong with a little drama, a little danger in your life. We all could use it. Okay, and that's pretty much one eye done. Let me throw on the other eye really quick. I'll put on some lashes, and then I'll show you a really colorful, super easy look that you can do if you're doing something crazy for social media, or if you're going out and you want to be a little more fun. Okay, and we're back. This is the finished eye look. I put on some lily lashes. These are in the style Diamonds. These are a light lash, so it's like not overwhelming, so it's perfect for every day. I really like the way this turned out. I don't know, it looks a little like ancient Egyptian to me, but I really like it. I really like the eye shape. I loved the way these blended. Let's go ahead and put on our highlighter. We are going to go back into our face palette and put on our highlighter. I don't know what accent that was. And I'm gonna go ahead and use a fan brush to do it. I know sometimes people are like, I don't use fan brushes for highlighters anymore. Y'all are still using fan brushes for highlighters? What are you doing? Stop using hand brushes for highlighters. Okay, number one, leave me alone. I do what I want. Number two, this is the way I like to use fan brushes. I don't go like this, right? What I'll do is I come and go down, and it just honestly diffuses it, I feel like, so beautifully, so it's not like overwhelming. So obviously I don't do bloop, 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 like a windshield, but I think it really is effective if you just kind of brush it on. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is, Leave me alone. Let me use my fan brush.
Unnecessary negativity.
So I'm gonna put it on up here, and I'm gonna put a little bit underneath my brow bone. And then, of course, the thing that shocks everyone is that I highlight my ears. So I come in and I just highlight these ears right now. I don't know where I saw it or why I do it, but I feel like I am missing something when I don't do it. So highlighting my ears is kind of like just a thing that I do. Leave me alone, like I said. So I'm also gonna put it down here on my chin and above my lips, and then right here at the top of my nose, okay, and a little tiny bit on the tip. I'm not gonna come all the way down because I have a crooked nose and it's ridged, and I try my best to avoid it at all costs. So I try to just highlight the tip and highlight up here, so it kind of creates a, because remember, highlighter is gonna bring out any part of you that it's on. So if you want those areas to be pronounced, that's what you need to highlight. So I try not to highlight the bridge because I don't want that to be pronounced. Okay, so that is the final look for everything for this natural glam moment. I really do like these face highlighters. They're honestly perfect for travel, and all the colors in this one, which was the Moonlight Glow, are kind of perfect for me. I am gonna try some of the other darker colors, and I'm gonna try using the darkest color for contour. So stay tuned to see how I like that. I'll let you guys know either on Instagram or in another video. I'll try to use it as a contour because I really, when I first opened it, I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I could use that as a contour. So if you are looking for a face palette that is affordable and is gonna get the job done, these are $12, pick these up. But before you go, let's do another eye look because it is a 2-for-1 special. So let's do this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take the Rich in Color, which is super colorful, super vibrant. I know I've been saying these are $20, but they're 20 euros, so forgive me, don't sue me.
Beauty fades, dumb is forever.
$25, which is still, I mean, $5 is nothing, right? That's like the cost of one banana. So $25, not a big deal. Again, really, really beautiful palette. These are all pressed pigments. So they may stain your lids a little bit, so be careful when you're doing it. Let's go ahead and do a look. I'm gonna start with Green Juice, which is obviously green, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inner corner. That is why I wasn't super worried about this color on the inner corner, because this green color is going to go right on top of it. So I'm just putting this on the inner corner. I'm now gonna go into Rich Rich and blend that up in this middle area. Just all the way on my lid. I'm not really too worried about the lid area. Blending this all together. Then I'm gonna go into Backstage.
I've made a grave error.
Remember, these are pressed pigments, so don't put a ton on like I just did, or you're going to be in trouble. And just spend some time blending that all together. Green Juice, Rich Rich, Backstage. All three of these colors together, like the green into blue gradient. Now I'm going to go into the darker blue, which is Nobu. And I'm going to place that right on my outer corner, outer V. And I'm just going to blend that all together. Now on the bottom, lower lash line, I'm going to take Reckless, which is a bright purple color. And I may regret this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put this on the outer corner of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into Trendsetter, which is this true green emerald color. And I'm going to finish up this lower lash line. So a lot of greens and blues in this palette. You know I love a green, I love a blue. I'm obsessed with Norvina Volume 2, which is a green-blue palette. So I really do love this. This has every color that you would ever need, really, in this palette. And there, like I said, there's a good range of mattes and shimmers. So you're not dealing with a ton of shimmer shades that you can't even use. I don't necessarily like shimmer shades to begin with, so I'm happy to see a lot of mattes. Okay, then I'm gonna take my pencil brush and right in the inner corner, I'm just gonna put Vitamin C, which is that yellow shade, just to make sure that that is the lightest portion. And that's pretty much the eye look. Like I said, super, super easy. Anybody could do it. Let me put it on the other side and I'll be right back and I'll show you the finished look with this totally done and me happy. And this is the final look. We are back in business. I finished the other eye. I went ahead and put some Marc Jacobs white eyeliner just in the bottom lower lash line to give it a little extra pop. And then I also put on a different lip. I put on a mixture of some ColourPop and some Patrick Ta. I put on some Miami Flare lashes, and this is the finished look. Super colorful, super bright. This palette is perfect for anyone who wants to play with a lot of color, but they're not really sure what to do yet. So there's a ton of different options you can do. It's a great starter palette. It's honestly a great palette, period, especially for $25. I'm gonna keep saying that over and over and over and over again. Patricia did a fantastic job making sure her palettes were accessible to all skin tones, number one, and then number two, making sure that they were accessible to everyone in regards to price point so that nobody feels like they have to pay $60, $70, $80 for a palette of this size, of this magnitude. The colors blended out perfectly, beautifully. I think it's a win for Patricia. I'm so glad. And listen guys, anytime an influencer, YouTuber, Instagrammer comes out with a product, I highly encourage you guys to support it. Go out, buy it, talk about it, because we're all trying to do this thing together. So we should support each other as we're trying to grow. Any win for any one of us is a win for all of us. So congratulations, Patricia. I'm so excited to have these products. I'm so thankful for Makeup Revolution and for you for sending them over to me. And I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing this look come to life, and not only this look but the other look before. If you have this palette or if you're looking to get this palette, let me know in the comment section below. Please remember to give this video a big thumbs up because it's free and it doesn't cost you anything. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.